Oh, welcome to My Math, Your Math. Today, quad formula. That's just short for quadratic. I didn't feel like writing out quadratic formula up here. So, today we're going to talk about three different examples. The examples are, one of them has two real solutions, one of them's got one real solution, one of them's got no real solution. And the quick way to know is, this is actually the formula right here. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the song. X equals negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Now, the b squared minus 4ac is called the discriminant. Whenever this number is positive, it's bigger than 0, you're going to have two real solutions. Whenever that number is 0, you have one real solution. Whenever that number is negative or less than 0, you have 0 real solutions, and you only have complex solutions, which we're not going to really get into today. So let's start with example A. X squared minus 4x plus 4 equals 0. The first thing you want to do is identify your A, your B, and your C. So A is 1, my B is negative 4, C is 4, and we're going to go ahead and apply that formula right there. All right, so X equals negative B. B is negative 4, so taking the negative of negative 4 is just 4. Plus or minus the square root of the discriminant b squared minus 4ac. So we're going to take negative 4, square it, subtract it from 4 times a times the c, and that whole thing is being square rooted. All of this over 2 times 1, 2 times the a, which is just 2. Now this equals 4 plus or minus the square root of 16 minus 16. Aha, 0. 16 minus 16 is 0. Square root of 0 is 0. Our answer is just 4 divided by 2, which is 2. So the answer is going to be x equals 2 for example A. Oop, need the blue marker. So this one has one real solution. Example B, x squared minus 2x is equal to 0. So A is going to be 1 in this case. B is negative 2. We don't have a C, and when you don't have a C, that just means C is 0. So we're going to go ahead and apply the formula once more for example B. So x is equal to negative of negative 2 is a positive 2, plus or minus square root of b squared, so the negative 2 gets squared, minus 4 times 1 times 0, which is actually just going to be 0. Okay? All over 2 times a, which is 2, because a is 1. And we can go ahead and write some stuff out now. So this is going to be, or simplify this out now. 2 plus or minus. So over here we're going to get 0, and over here we're going to get 4, so that's square root of 4. All over 2. But that's just equal to, because up here we have square root of 4 is 2. 2 plus or minus 2 over 2. And that gives us two answers. 2 plus 2 divided by 2 and 2 minus 2 divided by 2. So 2 minus 2 is 0, so this one's going to be 0. 2 plus 2 is 4, divided by 2 is 2. So x is going to equal 0, 2, and that is 2 real solutions. And if you notice, our discriminant here was positive, hence 2 real solutions. Our discriminant here was 0, hence 1 real solution. So this is the answer for example B. Lastly, example C. I believe this one has no real solutions. We are going to check and find out. X squared plus 2x plus 4 is 0. Okay, A is 1, B is equal to 2, and C is equal to 4, as you can see. we're going to go ahead and hit it with the quadratic formula. X equals negative b, so that's negative 2, plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times 1 times 4 again. All of this is over 2. Well, 2a, but 2 times 1 is 2. Inside the parentheses, inside the radical is what we're going to simplify. So this is equal to negative 2 plus or minus. So 2 squared is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. All over 2. This becomes negative 2 plus or minus square root of negative 12 all over 2. Now, since we have the square root of a negative number, which is actually a complex number, it's no longer a real number, and when you add that to any real number, you're going to get a complex number still, there are no real solutions for part C. However, there are complex solutions, but we're not going to cover complex solutions in this video. No real solution. Note that that boldface R stands for real. That's actually the answer for part C, no real solution. And that is all for the quadratic formula.